Bienvenidos al Green Room, soy Natasha Gargiulo. The BIKERIDERS es una película de drama criminal dirigida por Jeff Nichols. La historia ficticia inspirada en el club de motociclistas de Illinois está protagonizada por Jodie y Austin Butler, que comparten sus motivos para participar en la película y cómo se preparan para interpretar a sus personajes.
We're the vandals. And then, for me, a lot of that is, actually talking to my family in that voice, you know, and talking to people at a coffee shop. And at first you feel funny, you feel kind of like an imposter. And then with time, then it ends up just feeling like this is how I talk. And then you're not having to translate it. And then that's one less thing you have to think about when you're on set, because there's everything on set is like trying to distract you. There's a camera there, there's people there, there's people talking. You got to remember where the lighting is and where your mark is and everything. So as much as you can stack the deck, I find, to not have to think about things and just be able to be alive, that's the goal.
What the hell were you thinking back there?
Nothing. I saw you squaring off with them guys. What do I need to think for?
Yeah, you and me, kid.
I was very fortunate to have like 30 minutes worth of interviews of Kathy. And I remember kind of reading the script and listening to the audio and just like completely falling in love with her. You know, when she narrates the film, she's kind of, you know, a lot of the story is told from her perspective, which I thought was really interesting.
Johnny always loved Benny.
This is our family. Forever.
She's so professional, and the work that she's done on her voice in this is just, he played me before she'd arrived, she sent an audio recording of her voice, and I was just floored by it, because I've heard Kathy's audio recording many times, and it was spot on. My jaw was on the floor.
I remember my first day, I had no dialogue, and we were all kind of sat around a campfire, and it was a night shoot, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, everyone was freezing cold, and Michael Shannon had like 2 pages of dialogue, and I remember like watching him for the first time, and then just kind of looking around, and all of us were just like, well, like we can all just go home. Like, it was incredible. It was like a masterclass, you know? And I was sat next to Austin, and I was like, you know, we were kind of saying, you know, from now on, I'm just going to think, what would Michael Shannon do? Whenever I come to a scene, like, just think, what would Michael Shannon do?
Michael Shannon, it was some of the greatest acting I've ever seen. And to get to watch that over and over and see how he changes things every time. He's newly alive every take. He's improvising little things. He is so incredibly present. And then he kept doing takes, and he kept finding new things, and it was so inspiring.
The main reason I wanted to be a part of this film was to work with Jeff Nichols. You know, he was someone who I'd admired for a very, very long time. So when I initially got the script sent through with his name attached, you know, that was so exciting to me. And then, you know, kind of realizing that the script was based on a photography book, and these people were real, and you know, set in the 1960s, 70s, about bikers, you know, that was extremely enticing.
He has the blueprint, and that's something he told me early on is, I've already seen the film in my mind, so we have that to fall back on. If you want to try things out there and experiment with things, just know we can always go back to the film that I have in my head. And that's such a comforting support system, you know, as an actor, because then you can make mistakes, you can try things, but you always know that he's got you.
Some people would rather crash than slow down.